Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Gunpla TV. I am one of your two hosts. My name is Todd, and I am joined by
Evan. Nice to see you guys
Thank
again.
you very much for joining us once again here, and thank you guys out there for watching. So this is our weekly What's New released video here, and although the name of this channel is Gunpla TV, unfortunately, there was no new Gunpla that was released this week again, but I think soon, sometime this month, we will be getting some new Gundam.
Yes, I do.
And there's a Master Grade coming this week, or not this week, but this month. But I think it's more towards the end of the month, however. The Master Grade Wing Gundam version Ka, which will be exciting to look forward to. But in the meantime, however, we do have a number of new releases from a number of different manufacturers here in front of us. So let's take a look and see what do we have. We'll go ahead and start with the one in front of me.
Let's do it.
This is actually from Hasegawa, so it doesn't feel like we have too many Hasegawa kits on this show because they're more of a traditional model manufacturer. Most of their kits require glue, most of their kits require paint. However, this Crusher Joe Cordoba is a special kind of thing where it actually is able to be snapped together. However, it is molded entirely in gray plastic. So I really I had requested that I build and review this for the channel. I was rejected, however, so unfortunately I will not be reviewing this one for the channel, but it is available for order on our site, HobbyLink Japan. So if you are curious about the Crusher Joe, so the Crusher Joe, do you ever see that series?
I've never. It's been a series that I've been meaning to watch.
Right, something I've always wanted to watch too, just because I love the ship designs from it, but I've never gotten around to it. Actually, I couldn't even tell you where you could watch it. I don't think it's going to be on demand somewhere.
These days, I don't know. I've seen a lot of old, at least in Japan, old anime, and like even Amazon Prime seems to have a lot. Which is
okay,
good. Yeah, but
I have Prime here, so right. I'm not sure how available it is to watch this series, but someday I would like to watch it. So I did actually build when Hasegawa first started to do the Crusher Joe series. I built the very first Crusher Joe fighter plane that came out for the series, and I think maybe that video just didn't have the views really compared to a regular Gundam episode. So while it is exciting stuff for me, at least, probably not exciting for viewers out there to watch, unfortunately. But Cordoba from Crusher Joe by Hasegawa, 1/3000 scale, so yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty big ship. Although the kit itself is like only about this long, but it looks interesting. It's kind of similar to like the Yamato space battleship Yamato type.
Kind of gives that kind of vibe, yeah.
It would look really great on a shelf with the other space battleship Yamato ships, I do think. So that's it for the Cordoba. Next up from Kotobukiya. So I think actually this probably was here last week. Last week we had a number of other Kotobukiya kits that we took a look at, since there was no other Bandai releases that week. But I think this kit we missed over it. So I did find this today, and we have a Wild Liger.
Oh, so this is a brand new release, not a release?
I don't see an R at the end of the number there, so I don't think this is a reissue. Although we've had a number of Ligers before, so this is probably just a new version of the Liger with some added parts to it. It has this kind of cool-looking effect part.
Yeah, it's like flame-looking eye,
a bluish flame eye thing. So that is definitely kind of interesting. The color scheme is quite nice with the gray and the white and the blue and the gold accents. Looks rather good, I do think. So it's a rather big box too.
It is. And it looks like it's got a little figurine of the pilot in there too.
Yeah, it does have a little kind of pilot figure type thing, or the rider figure, and that figure also has a blue eye thing going on.
Oh yeah, he's going like Super Saiyan or something over there.
Yeah. Super, whatever they call it, Super Zoid Saiyan.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is probably from a series. I didn't even know there was still a series going on for Zoids.
For Zoids, Zoids is kind of still quite popular.
Because I know there were multiple anime series, but I didn't know there was one going on right now. Unless maybe there's not, and that's just a...
Well, interesting to note, though, this has a number W001. So this is the first kit for whatever this... I'm guessing the W stands for Wild. So maybe they have a new Wild Zoid series going on at the moment. So
it says right there Zoid Wild right on the side there for the logo, so maybe it's a new series.
A new series, so alright, so Zoids are going wild.
next with the Extreme and the Unleashed.
Yeah, we're getting Wild and Extreme and Unleashed. Model manufacturers are going crazy this year. It is a crazy year, isn't it? All right, so what else do we have? Moving on to the girl corner.
All right. Oh, this is also a girl, huh?
Yeah, it is. Both of them are kind of girl. This one is not a model kit, but it is Gundam related. What do we have?
We have from the Gundam Girls Generation line.
Okay.
Gundam Build Diver Re-Rise, which we've done kits for recently. In fact, you might recognize the Wodon pod right there.
Yeah, I did build that Wodon pod. That was a cool kit, and it looks quite awesome.
So this is one of the main characters from May. Definitely a different style than the show there, obviously. But yeah, if you're into these kind of anime figures, that's
right. It is. So that's kind of... We always do model kit stuff on this show, but... we used to have a show, Toy Tengoku, a long time ago. So, but it is Gundam related, so it does count. We actually did have kind of at least one Gundam related thing on the show this week. Last week we had some trading cards, I think.
That's right. So we're still keeping it Gundam related.
So at least there's one Gundam thing on there. GGG kit.
Now
GGGG. Yeah.
It looks like it even has like a little Wodom clear.
Is that support? Oh, you know, that does look. That looks like the eye from the Wodom on the front of it. So she has a little display stand that kind of looks like.
It's really hard to tell because it's like a transparent
head.
Green, but I think it's supposed to be the Wodom that she's sitting on top of.
Okay.
There you go. You compare
now
her
I know
with
who pilots the Wodom in the series.
There you go. Todd already has 3 of these on his desk.
I do indeed. You got to keep one boxed, one open up.
That's right, and then one for home.
One for home to open up. So you got to go for at least 3.
That's right. Well, there's another one. This is something
There
new.
is another one. So I actually think, although it doesn't, I don't think it says R on the box, does it? Oh no, this is from Good Smile Company. So only Kotobukiya has that, where they reissue it and they'll put an R at the end of the item number, so we know it's a reissue.
Oh, okay.
But I think actually this one was released previously, and I think Dave actually did a review on it. This is the girl, I called it the girl in a box.
Yeah, I saw that one picture on the side there. It's like a box that opens up. It looks kind of like a jewelry box or like a,
and she can fold up inside of the box, I guess.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
She kind of comes out, and then she's got these like almost blade-looking skirt armor things going on there. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of. Did you ever play Nier Automata?
I know the name, but I don't think
it's kind of got a very similar vibe to that.
Okay.
With the black and white motif and the android girl.
Well, that is quite interesting.
Yeah.
These seem to be popular. I think at the time this video is being made, at least it's available, but because of the popularity, unfortunately, it might not be available by the time the video goes up, but it is in for anybody that actually ordered it beforehand. We're going back into something that's right up more up my alley, at least, and this is a new Dougram, and this is the Tequila Gunner.
That's a pretty badass name.
That is a cool name, Tequila. All right, yeah.
So like the Tequila Gundam we were talking about last time.
Yeah, we had Tequila Gundam. We got Tequila Gunners. We're all tequila'd out here. We need to get a bottle of tequila, hide behind the table.
There you go.
Have a happy hour for Gunpla TV Thursdays. Woo! All right, so kind of this is from the 80s, that 1980s anime series. So it has a really 1980s kind of look to the kit itself. You can definitely tell they probably watched Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back at some point, and they're like, hey, that 4-legged AT-AT walker, or AT-AT, some people call it. Let's make a version of that for this series, and let's make it look more cartoony and a bit more
like a
wonky, tanky. So it does have a turret on the top of it, but it has 4 legs like an AT-AT.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting look, but it definitely looks like they just took cues from other things.
It does indeed. You know, so, and this is a kit that looks like you can snap together, and it is molded in different colors.
Oh, cool! All right.
So this is also from the Max Factory, so Good Smile Company. So I think Max Factory, Good Smile, I think that was the same company. All right, so yeah, these items are all now available for order. They are in stock and available for order on our site. So
check them out.
Check them out in the links down in the description below. Okay, so that wraps up for what came this week. And it is the first week of November. And
That's
Evan,
right.
what do we do first week of every month?
First week of every month, we look at some interesting comments from all the videos from the previous month. And we also get one random comment who is our winner for our 5,000 yen.
That'd be funny.
4,000. 4,000 yen.
5,000 yen.
Skim
HobbyLink
off a little bit
Japan
at the top.
store credit.
That's right, 5,000 yen in store credit. So let's start with some interesting comments. I grabbed a few. So first was from your video for the HGUC RX-78-2. I think that was the 3rd gen G30. Am I thinking the right one?
Was it the G30 or the HG21?
I'm sorry, it might have been the HG21.
Okay.
Because I know we did a lot of RX-78.
I've been doing a number of
but the entry grade one
RX-78s,
too
so,
and
yeah.
everything. So this one's from Kelvin Fu. He said the Gunpla 40th anniversary UT collection from Uniqlo uses this HG21 molding as well. And yeah, the old 1990 HG was very much a RG before RG, real grade, with pre-molded colored parts. The tooling molds for the old HG are on display in the Gundam base at Diver City, Tokyo.
Yeah, an exciting shop to go to.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing the molds there, but I probably wasn't
I
looking
probably
for them at
wasn't
the time,
looking
but
too much. I've been there a number of times, but I don't think I've ever actually looked at the
moldings.
molds.
Yeah, now I'm gonna look at
maybe. So they have that back section kind of where they explain like the manufacturing process.
Yeah, I've
so
seen that.
more than likely they might be on the wall there. I just didn't look close enough, but I'll have to check that out next time. So yeah, the 1990 HG. So I have one of those. I just don't want to actually put it together. But it was an interesting looking kit because you have different colors molded into one part, and unfortunately the special molding machine that they used to make those kits was retired, I think towards the end of the 1990s, so you can no longer buy them brand new and they will no longer be reissued. But yeah, that was kind of like a RG before the RG in how they molded the different colors together into one piece. So Bandai ended up doing that again later on, but it took them like another 10 or 12 or 15 years after they retired that before that made a comeback. And speaking of the Uniqlo, so you have a number of those Uniqlo t-shirts?
Yeah, I actually have the Uniqlo kit from that line. So I guess it's the HG21.
HG21, and it would be in white and red
colors.
colors.
Just straight red and white. I'm kind of tempted to build it.
Okay,
I'm in the same
actually
boat
put it
as
together?
you. Yeah, where it's like,
once you build it,
then it's worthless.
Pretty much worthless.
But it's like, why would you get a kit without building it?
I think
unless
for
it's
that
a collector's
one,
thing.
yeah.
This was less of a collector's thing, I think.
I think there's tons of those Uniqlo kits
Right,
around,
so I think I'd be a
it'd
little
probably
bit less of an
be
issue
safe.
to build that. Yeah, and I could just find another one somewhere else.
Right.
You know,
Did you get the Zaku as well?
I did not get the Zaku. I
You
only
need
have
to
the,
buy more shirts.
I know. I need more shirts.
So
In
they've
fact, I'm
done
wearing
that
one of them right
twice,
now.
actually. They've had 2 of these Uniqlo shirt collections where if you were to buy 2 shirts, I think it was, then you get 1 free kit. And that's only, those kits really only last like the first 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I got
in
lucky
the
the first
store.
time.
So you really have to go like straight the first day to buy your shirts. And they limit you to, I think you can buy 4 shirts and be able to get both kits.
Oh, okay.
The first day you go, but you can't like buy a million shirts and get all the kits. I don't think they usually let you do that. So there is a limit, and yeah, you got to get those shirts, especially if you want like a large or an extra large too. Those sizes seem to go first, and then if you wait a long time, there's like just a million S's left. It's like,
which fits me, so I'm okay usually. S and M small size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess I luck out. But
you should wear a Japanese S.
Sometimes it depends on the brand. I forget. I think Uniqlo I'm an M size, but usually I get away with M.
Yeah, sizes here are just like
a large. Sure, yeah.
A large in the U.S. would be an. Wait, am I saying this right? An M in the U.S. would be a large here.
Yeah, almost like definitely, yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. That one time I went back to the U.S. like a long time ago now. I was like, hey, I'm smaller now than I was when I lived here.
You definitely lose weight.
You do. You lose lots of
without
weight.
even trying.
So my old pictures are just horrifying to look at now just because of how big I used to be.
Yeah, same.
I'm still kind of large, but man, was I fat. Nothing wrong with that, though. And I mean, I loved eating all that food in America. So if I was to ever move back to America, I probably would gain back like 20 kilograms.
Absolutely same.
Just
same
eating
here.
all the food that I used to love.
Yeah.
But just the options here, there's not as many fast food options, and it's more healthy and you move around a lot more here. So, and enough about my fat talk anyway. So let's get back to the comments.
All right, so the next one we have is from the HGAC Gundam Heavy Arms kit. This is from Willis
Anna's
Jackson.
video.
Yeah. They still haven't released Shenlong, Ultron, Death Scythe Hell, and Gundam Epion. I would like to see those kits as well. I have the original ones, and they definitely need an update, and I agree. I think they should be doing more of these.
I hope, well, I mean, gosh, it feels like we only get one of those HG Wing Gundam kits per year
really
or something,
odd.
so it's really a slow trickle, so given how many you listed there, give it another 5 years, maybe 5 to 7 years, we'll get those. I really hope for the Epion.
I wonder if it's because Wing isn't as popular in Japan. Is that correct? I know it's really popular outside of Japan, but not
outside of Japan. But here, it was
like middle of the road, right? Yeah. So I think because it was a lot of people's first Gundam.
I think they loved Seed a lot more here.
It seems like it because you see a lot of Seed kits, especially like the Astray and all that. But yeah, so I'd like to see those too.
I hope so. Yeah, Epion. Yeah. I want an HG Epion. I want an HG Tallgeese at some point.
Those would be nice. At least we got the real grade one.
We do, but HG is always nice too.
It is true.
All right, so how about a winner?
So this month's winner is from the early look at the entry grade RX-78-2, the one.
Oh, the
bucket.
buckets.
Yeah,
okay,
the buckets.
Those bucket kits. No, I did that video. And then, like, when I did the video, both buckets were still available. And then, like, by the time the video went up, I think Christmas color was all gone. And then the regular color one only lasted, like, one day after that. Yep. So.
And then I was like, I really should get one of those.
Did you order before it was gone?
No, I didn't.
You
so
didn't.
All of you lovely people have them, and I'm just, like, sitting here just like, oh,
you missed out. Yeah. Well, we will be getting the regular release of the entry grade in December, although it's... The first edition that they're releasing here has no gun and it has no shield, so it'll just be the unit by itself. But we'll probably get a regular release at some point, I think, with the gun and shield, but you might just have to wait for that.
That's all right. No rush for me. But yeah, so Bolt Scrap said, the way you say it appeared one day makes it sound like the beginning of a horror story. So...
You know, actually, I did feel a bit of horror realizing that there was a Gundam up on the site that I had not ordered before. And then, like, I saw, like, it already had, like, just tons of orders at that point. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to miss out on
especially when RX-78 too, you have to get all of them.
Right, so I had to hurry up and get those orders in so that I could review the kits for this show. So actually, yeah, that's one thing that you guys probably don't realize. Any kit that we ever review for this show, I have to actually order it just like a normal person would order it so that I could review it for this show. So
and they really
it's not like I can just grab it out of stock or anything, but I have to get those orders in. So yeah, they just went up without any notice.
Like no fanfare, nothing.
No fanfare. It was just, oh, by the way, there's these things up here now.
That were like, what? I thought these were coming out in like December or whatever it was. And like, no, these are different. This is a different version of the entry grades. Like,
well, they weren't through Bandai Hobby, which is the thing. They were through a different company, so I think it's just a lot of people didn't kind of realize that. So that was kind of interesting. But they were cool kits. I still have the Christmas color one sitting on my desk. And the regular one I keep in my box of a million other HG or 1/144 scale Gundam so that I can keep it around for the reviews that I've been doing lately. So yeah, lots of RX-78 fun lately. So the next RX-78 that I will be doing is the
Perfect grade?
Yeah, the old Perfect grade I will be
doing
because but the new Perfect grade comes out in December. So at some point this month I will be doing the original old Perfect grade so I can have the two to compare.
Oh, that's awesome.
But then I think actually the next one that I'll probably be building to review is the first grade.
Oh, really? So you're actually
I'm going to be doing that. Really, it's like 200 or 300 yen first grade kit.
You could probably do that right on camera, the whole thing.
Right. Well, actually, I've been told if you're going to do the first grade, they've never actually been reviewed for the channel, which is good for me, so it allows me to do them. But I was told, well, you can't just do a first grade. So you got to do the Zaku's as well. So I'm going to review the first grade RX-78 as well as the first grade Zaku's. And there's two Zaku's, although I don't know if there's any difference between the Char Zaku and actually there's no colors. I think they're all just molded in white plastic.
Oh wow. Okay, so I can't imagine there being much of a difference between the two then.
So it's going to be very, very plain looking, but we'll have to see. So I gotta have that first grade there so I can have it with the whole lineup of all the other 1/144th scale RX-78 kits. And at some point I gotta do the original 1980 release.
Ooh, that would be fun. I'm interested to see what that looks like.
Right, the one that you're gonna actually need to have glue.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. You're gonna have to glue something together. All right, so yeah, that is it for this week's comments and winner.
Yep. So Bolt Scrap, keep an eye out for a comment from us about your claiming your prize. And yeah, we'll do this again in another month from now. So just comment, and we basically just choose a random comment from either YouTube or our site hobbylink.tv, and we just give you 5,000 yen, so you can put it towards any of these lovely things.
Any of these, indeed. Could you buy a Cordoba? I wonder. Actually, I forgot to check to see how much this kit
at least
costs.
a high
Maybe not. Almost. The MSRP looks like 5,200 yen. So the cost on our site would actually be less than that. So you might actually be able to get a Cordoba if you are interested in this at all. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's look at what's new in stock. Next week, I actually do not recall at all what is supposed to be released. Although actually this week there were supposed to be some Bandai Hobby 30-minute mission releases, but they did not make it in time, so we'll hold them back and take a look at them next week, as long as I can remember.
Yay!
So that's going to wrap it up for this week's. Any closing comments?
Nope. I'm not sure if I have any videos coming up yet. I gotta see if there's any more backlog things. I do have a Wing Gundam Zero to give you for your review when that comes out, though, so you can compare them.
Oh, okay.
So I have mine built, because we just did a video for that, so I'll give that to you so you can take a look at both of them side by side.
That's what I like doing, the comparisons.
Yeah, so I might just start rummaging through our backlog stuff again and see if I find anything interesting to do, but yeah.
Yep, indeed. So that we will be having some new videos up at some point. I think Dave is still kind of building some of the girl kits that... Last week there was a number of those girl kits that came out, so I don't know if Dave was building any of those to review or not. But,
so keep an eye out for those.
So yeah, stay tuned, and we will be back for more episodes at some point here in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week.
See you next time.